Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. In today's world, science and technology are developing rapidly, and all kinds of high-tech products have penetrated into people's daily lives, among which smartphones are particularly prominent, and their intelligent functions mainly rely on built-in chips. China's chip technology used to be relatively backward, so it has long relied on imports, especially from the technologically advanced United States. But with the rapid progress of China's science and technology, the United States, eager to maintain its technological hegemony, began to seek sanctions against China. But will these American measures really work? Next, I will expose various American schemes and show how China demonstrates its strong technological strength. Since the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, China's development has lagged behind the West in science and technology, medicine, and military equipment. In the eyes of the West, China has long been regarded as a weak country. When it comes to chip technology, in addition to relying on a huge labor market, other industries in China in the early days were in a state of waiting for revitalization. Due to the slow development of technology, it was difficult to meet the huge domestic market demand. Therefore, China had to import a large number of foreign products. For Western capitalists, due to the huge market, they are naturally willing to cooperate for a long time. Especially the United States, whose product technology has long been imported by China first, including big brands such as Nvidia, Intel, and Qualcomm. For a long time, these brands have dominated the Chinese chip market. Seeing China's huge market demand, the United States has been happy to cooperate with Chinese companies and gain benefits by shipping products to China. But with the advancement of China's reform and opening up, China's development speed is accelerating. Some industries have been able to compete with the United States, and chip technology is also catching up rapidly. At that time, the United States was still immersed in the pleasure of making money from China, and failed to foresee that the rapid development of China's chip technology would make them no longer need the help of the United States. In terms of chip technology, the reason why the United States can develop rapidly is largely due to China's large-scale imports. However, as China has achieved catch-up in many fields and become the world's second-largest economy, the United States realized that China's development has exceeded their expectations. The United States is worried that its international leader status is threatened and immediately took a series of measures against China. To suppress the development of a country, we must first start from the economy. The United States also realized this and began to suppress China economically. This includes the long-term dependence on chip imports. The United States directly banned chips from entering the Chinese market in an attempt to completely cut off China's development path. Although this has had a significant impact on China, it has also inspired the Chinese people's perseverance. If China wants to become a truly powerful country, it cannot completely rely on other countries, but must take its own scientific research path. As a result, China's chip research and development work has progressed rapidly. With the continuous improvement of technology, China has finally developed its own chips and is no longer subject to others. The development of Chinese chips was relatively radical in the early stage. At that time, the gap with the United States was not large. Although the United States was the industry leader, China's semiconductor technology was close to the international mainstream level. When everyone expected the steady development of domestic semiconductor technology, it unexpectedly fell into a trough in the early stage of reform and opening up. This change was beyond everyone's expectations. Subsequently, advanced products from the United States, Japan, and other countries entered the Chinese market and quickly occupied most of the market share, severely squeezing the market for China's independently developed products. This shows that domestic products still need to be further developed and upgraded, but at this time, domestic production has encountered problems of backward technology introduction and repeated production, resulting in the products produced far behind foreign competitors. Since then, domestic companies have begun to import foreign products, and the Chinese chip industry has entered a downturn and started a long road of development. But China never gives up easily. In the 1980s and 1990s, many domestic companies focused on chip research and development emerged, but with the changes of the times, these companies gradually declined and eventually failed. After decades of failure and setbacks, domestic chip technology has finally ushered in a turnaround, which may change China's current situation. When the whole country has become accustomed to using foreign products and domestic products are gradually forgotten, the United States began to openly suppress the development of Chinese companies. In 2018, Huawei became the target of U.S. capital suppression, which made many other state-owned enterprises worried about the possible U.S. attacks in the future. Therefore, the domestic market demand for domestic chips has increased sharply, and domestic chips are ready to enter the market at any time. Although the technology is not as advanced as foreign countries, the resistance of Chinese people to foreign products is increasing, which has added confidence to domestic chip companies. When the global chip industry is experiencing a slow development stage, the Chinese chip industry has the opportunity to develop vigorously, catch up with and try to surpass the technological level of the United States. This is due to the efforts and support of countless scientific researchers. Seeing the positive development of the domestic chip industry, some scientific researchers, who originally stayed in foreign companies, have also returned to their motherland one after another to contribute to the country's chip cause. With the joint efforts of the government, enterprises and scientific researchers, the most advanced chips independently developed by the Chinese have come out, marking that domestic chips have reached the international advanced level and will never be despised again. Huawei's Kirin chip is a typical example. It is completely independently developed and manufactured by China. Whether in terms of technology or performance, it is comparable to, or even better than foreign chips. However, the rapid development of Chinese chips and the mastery of advanced technology are seen by the United States as a direct challenge to its status as the international big brother. So the United States has increased its pressure on China. In order to suppress China's development, the United States not only refuses to export chips to China, but also unites other parts of Asia to confront Chinese chips. Unexpectedly, American chips have become seriously unsaleable, and even if the price is reduced to 90% of the original price, it has failed to attract buyers. This is because China is no longer dependent on American chips and can be completely self-sufficient. This has caused an unprecedented blow to many American companies, and even the stock price has fluctuated greatly. These are the direct consequences of the US government's actions. Faced with the difficulties of its own chip companies, the US media actually claimed that this situation was caused by China's refusal to buy American chips. China seems to have become accustomed to this. The United States does not consider the development and improvement of its own technology, but instead blames others for all adverse results. Only the United States will use such a strategy. In short, China has never been a country that will shrink from external pressure. In the face of threats, it will only become stronger and prove its strength with practical actions. The invisible war between China and the United States may become increasingly fierce over time. If the United States continues to treat China with this mentality, then China's future development will only get better and better, and it will definitely surpass the United States, which has always been the world's #1 power.